Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. Long overdue. Wayne Newton. Guy's a staple here in Vegas. I have seen his show probably 10 times, but I honestly haven't gone in a few years since I had to rebuild up this channel. So I never really did a review on it. And I've gotten a lot of emails about it for obvious reasons. I just never got around to do it. There's always something going on. It's not the cheapest show, but compared to other stuff, it's actually a great bargain. Tickets, let's just get out of the way now. I don't know. The table stuff, I think, is like when you're sitting up close, I think it's about $100 or $90. I bought the general admission tickets, which there was some there with tables. You're just kind of off to the sides. And on the back wall, it's in a great little tiny theater at Flamingo. Old school feeling. It's got that. It's just a very cool little intimate spot. And on the back wall, there's like a cushion couch. So I asked them, I said, hey, can I sit on the couch? They said, yeah, sure. And they moved me over. So I think, it's up to you what you want to pay or whatever, but it's between 80 and $100, maybe a little more, 110, 120. But I think it's well worth the money. This is not, it sounds terrible to say. I don't want to say eulogy. That's the wrong word, but there's something magic, honestly magic, about seeing a legend, and he is absolutely a legend, at the end of his career and probably the end of his life. There's no doubt about it. Because what you're seeing, there's a lot of sadness and there's a lot of, like whatever was in him that made him Wayne Newton. And the guy's been famous since he's 7 years old, and he's 82 or 83 now, I think. Whatever that spark is that kept him going, that keeps him going now, the magic that he has, the talent that he has, it comes out. It comes out in flashes. But it's kind of masked under the fact that his voice, I don't want to say it's gone, but it's pretty much gone. And he had a golden voice. He still sounds good for 83. He looks fantastic. I mean, he looks like Wayne Newton. It's like a cartoon at this point with the big teeth and the hair and the tan. But it's an old school show. They wear tuxedos and it's a very elegant show. But the magic comes out in flashes. And, his voice is off. He gets lost once or twice in a story, but not terribly. He's still an entertainer. And it's this like feeling that you both have. Like you've been familiar in my life forever. And we both know the time is coming. So let's not be sad. Let's go back and celebrate it. And that's kind of what this show is. It's a great recap. He does a fantastic job recapping from the time he started as a kid to where he is now. He mixes in songs. Let me go through the set list. I think this is it. It's not really a concert. It's like a one-man show. It's really what it feels like. And it's Wayne Newton. And if you walk in there not knowing anything about him, you will walk out not only impressed. Like that's how I felt when I saw Donny Osmond. I didn't know much about Donny Osmond other than he was cheesy. But he gave me a crash course on Donny, and it turned out to be a fantastic show. I happened to see Wayne Newton stuff, and I'm familiar with his career, so it wasn't a shocker. But if you just kind of know him and you went in there and you have an appreciation for, the foundation of music and the history of Vegas and stuff like that, and the history of showmen, you'll love it. He comes out, does Viva Las Vegas, and he does Every Day I Have the Blues. Then he starts going into stories. It just becomes this story time, and it's fueled by his wife, who's sitting there with a bunch of questions, and just they have video. He has stories. He talks about Elvis. He talks about Frank. He talks about Sammy. He talks about his career, where he was working and how he was bouncing around. And the guy just has worked with everybody. Glen Campbell. I mean, everybody. He's just one of those guys who's been doing it forever. And then he talks about how many instruments he's played. He can play like 13 instruments, and you kind of don't believe it. And then he pulls out a steel guitar and he starts playing that, and he pulls out a violin and he starts playing that, and just does an amazing job with it. He goes into Help Me Make It Through the Night, Spanish Eyes. Again, talks about Elvis. Then he does Can't Help Falling in Love. And again, he doesn't just talk about him. He tells these personal, intimate stories that are very endearing. He talks about Glen Campbell. Then he does Red Roses for a Blue Lady. Summer Wind, Danke, which is his biggest hit probably. It's what he's known for. He talks about the Ferris Bueller movie. He talks about the Vegas Vacation movie. I mean, it all comes up. It's such a good recap on his life. Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast. He talks about stories about Jack Benny. Shows some video. Again, a lot of videos that he shows that match up with the story, which I really like. You're nobody till somebody loves you. And then he closes out talking about Frank Sinatra and Sammy and Dean Martin. And he closes out with My Way. This is a great little show. It's a great little show. Like I said, it's just, there's one song. There's one, I have video of it. Not audio, I'm sorry. But there's one song where he sits with his guitar. And it reminded me of like that last Johnny Cash album, where it's like his voice is gravelly. He's still with it. You still can feel the magic that's in there. That's the vibe I kept getting. Like, you are watching the end of a legend, and there's so few of these guys left. These showmen, these singer, dancer, actors, guys who've done it all, who built up Las Vegas, who built up Atlantic City, who created a genre of showmanship and all this stuff. And they did it with class. They did it in tuxedos. It's not like it is now. Like I think about, I don't even know what show I went to before. I think I went to Insane Clown Posse, which is the opposite of this, basically. But the guy is a treasure. He's really a treasure. I keep saying, like, Frankie Valli, like, Frankie was supposed to be here a couple weeks ago, and he canceled, which is like the third time I've tried seeing him again, and he keeps canceling. I'll go see Frankie forever. As long as he's willing to play, I will show up, and I feel kind of the same with Wayne Newton. I was telling a friend about it this morning. She said she wants to go, so I'm probably going to go back in a few weeks when she's in town. So it's such a pleasure to watch him. It's such a pleasure to be in his company. He is so appreciative of his career. He is so appreciative of his fans and appreciative that people are still showing up, and he kind of has that vibe. He also talked about all his work he did with the USO and the soldiers. I mean, he talked about everything in this. He just puts this little ribbon on his life and his career, and it's awesome. And it's a shame that, like, you look to the future and there's not going to be showmen like this again. I can't. Maybe some, I don't know, maybe, but that era with the stories and it's good stuff. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 9.4. I think it's just a great little show at a great price, and you could sneak drinks in. I walked right in with my drink, so you really don't have to spend money on that. Just a good time. I highly recommend it. Thanks for listening, and I will see you at the next show. Subscribe, comment, let me know if you've seen it, what you think. Bye-bye.